here on the Monday after Super Bowl. How we doing, everyone?
You know, a little tired.
A little sleepy today. I'm with you, and we'll get through it together, friends. Hi, everyone. I'm Tim Pham.
And I'm Channing Curtis. Let's get right over to the forecast with meteorologist Thomas Patrick. He's getting you ready for your day and letting us all know, Thomas, how long will we need these umbrellas or even maybe some snow gear, depending upon where you are?
Yeah, it's kind of weird to be like, wait, which one do I take? Well, you're going to have to look out the window and decide for yourselves because it is very much a split between rain versus snow in the inland northwest this morning. I can definitely tell you that in Spokane, it is all rain and it is soaking wet outside too. It is borderline like, oh, I might actually need the umbrella, even though we are totally used to the wet weather here in the region. But it is a bit more in the way of snowfall, especially in our northern areas, even northern Spokane County, northern Kootenai County, from Spirit Lake to Deer Park. Kind of a rain-snow split in these regions, but you go even farther to the north from Newport, Old Town, Sandpoint, all snowfall this morning. Could even be as much as an inch of snow, very wet stuff during these early morning hours. So there, you might need those snow boots.
Investigating a shooting in North Spokane near the intersection of North Nevada Street and East Wellesley Avenue. Now, for some reference, that's just a couple of blocks away from Rogers High School.
KREM 2's Nicole Hernandez is there now live for us right now. And Nicole, it's been a pretty active scene all morning long for us, and roads are shut down in the area. What have you learned since we last checked in with you? Good morning.
Tim, Channing, yeah, like you mentioned, roads totally shut down here in this area as officers investigate here. So take a look behind me. You can see Wellesley is closed here. We're at Nevada and Wellesley. This is where the closure starts, and then it goes all the way to Perry, both directions completely on lockdown as police investigate this. We were able to speak with Spokane Police Department. They told us that just after midnight this past night, so just a few hours ago now, a woman called 911 from down the street here on Wellesley. She said a man who was staying with her was threatening her with a gun. Dispatch heard gunshots over the phone, and the woman said she'd been shot before hanging up. Then the woman's son called 911, also from inside the house. He said his mom had been shot and he couldn't leave. Now, the son said he was watching their in-home camera system, watching the man with the gun walk around their house. He was able to get out of the house once it was safe to sneak out a back door. That's when officers were then able to go in and get the woman out as well. When officers went in, though, to do that, the man shot at officers and officers shot back. Officers were able to get the woman out of the house. She ended up with several gunshot wounds, one in the arm and one in the neck. Paramedics took her to the hospital. Officers say she was talking and alert when here, but they don't know her condition since then. Officers and EMTs did try life-saving measures on the person with the gun, that man that they had to end up shooting, but he did die here on the scene. Now, again, this is all information from the Spokane Police Department. Since officers were involved in shooting another person in this incident, now Washington State Patrol is taking over the investigation. That's what's behind us here, is that WSP investigation behind us. Roads here, Wellesley, again, from Nevada to Perry, are going to be closed for several hours this morning. So if you are heading out the door this morning in this area, try to avoid this road if possible. In Spokane, Nicole Hernandez, KREM 2 News. Sorry. Oh, good.
All this week on KREM 2, we are bringing you in-depth reporting in our Boomtown series. It's no secret our region is growing, and so is the student population in Spokane. Roughly 30,000 students are enrolled in Spokane Public School District this year, which is actually the highest amount since before the pandemic.
And many schools are struggling to keep up with that growth. As KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones tells us, some school leaders are hoping that relief is now on the way.
Yeah, Tim, Channing, that's right. And when you take a look at some of the older schools in the district, they feel the impact of that growth in population a bit more than newer schools.
Madison Elementary School has stood in this exact spot for more than 70 years. It's a historic building surrounded by a neighborhood that has sent generations of students through its front door.
This is a beautiful space. Franklin Park has lots of amenities for families.
Over the last decade, Principal Heather Holter has seen exactly what the school means to the community, from the walking distance to the educators. Madison has a lot to offer, but
I feel like with a more efficient building, we would just continue to grow.
Holter believes changes and improvements are necessary in order for a successful future to be a reality. While she appreciates the history of the building, the principal has also identified several areas of concern.
Because I don't have enough space in the building.
The school has had to turn to outdoor portables to keep up with the amount of students who live in the area. Classrooms are full, and on top of that,
We need bathrooms. Bathrooms are not a big commodity in the main building. So there's one set of bathrooms down this wing, one set for students to use, and for kids that need extra support and paraeducators, they have to have that convenience, and it's not in the building.
growth and time have proven to be challenges weighing heavily on the current infrastructure of the oldest North Side school in the district. Plus, recent trends in Spokane suggest that problem isn't going away anytime soon. Student enrollment took a hit at the beginning of the pandemic, but numbers have slowly and gradually gone up each year since.
What's that second one called?
Data from Washington's Office of Superintendent of Public Instruction also shows Spokane has an average classroom size of about 18.6 students. That puts us higher than the state average, currently sitting at 17.8.
Every parent wants a great teacher for their student, and they want them to have a classroom that is safe and is comfortable, that allows them to focus on their studies.
Coming up on Tuesday, Madison Elementary will be impacted one way or another. Voters will decide this February whether they want to approve a $200 million bond that would ultimately replace Madison and Adams Elementary while upgrading several other schools throughout the district.
These are schools that are well past their useful age and are in desperate need of modernization.
If the bond is passed, Madison is in line for a new 2-story building that will feature improved technology, more rooms, a larger playground, and a new gym.
Yeah, well, we complete the projects within that 6-year window, and so in the 2018 bond, we came in on time and under budget. That's something that has been a hallmark of Spokane Public Schools.
As for Madison, the new school would be built on the same footprint as its current building, and that's an idea Principal Holter can get behind.
It'd be so wonderful, I think, for the community that we get to keep that piece of history here where these kids can walk to school.
Yeah, so we did get a chance to mention those portables that you saw in the story, but Principal Holter told me that's one of the biggest challenges with the current building. Having the students spread out and walking through the elements is an issue she hopes is removed with a new building. Live in the studio, I'm Brandon T. Johns.
Our Boomtown series continues all week long. Tonight, Spokane's new mayor taking control as homelessness reaches a critical level.
I think if we work together, it'll be better for the unhoused population, and it's going to be better for business owners and people in neighborhoods.
Lisa Brown shares her plan with us. You can catch that tonight on KREM 2 News at 6.
Can I just see your hands? We'll leave you alone.
New body camera footage shows the moments before Spirit Lake police shot and killed a 67-year-old woman in November. The city of Spirit Lake held a news conference on Friday night, giving us more details almost 3 months after that deadly shooting. The Kootenai County prosecuting attorney ruled the officer who shot and killed the woman was justified under Idaho law. Their report stated the officer fired in self-defense after the woman shot at the 2 responding officers. For more on this entire investigation and to see that full body camera footage, you can head to our website at krem.com.
Time is now 6:09 as we are tracking both snow and rain for the inland Northwest this morning. And of course, we want to keep an eye on temperatures to help us determine who is seeing snow versus rain. In Spokane, we did increase by a degree in this past hour. We are now up to 39, so quite easily rainfall. Meanwhile, in Coeur d'Alene, the temperature decreased to 34, so getting a bit closer towards that rain-snow split, with our northern areas faring the coldest, 32 in Sandpoint, where it has been all snow as of this morning. Now, only the morning hours will feature that precipitation either way, as it will come to an end by the midday hours, with those temperatures increasing more steadily into the upper 30s. Our afternoon should be dry, mostly cloudy with a high of about 40 degrees. But for the rest of this morning, winter weather advisories for our northernmost areas, again like Sandpoint where it's been all snow, but in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, we've been removed from the advisory since the rain has been winning out this morning.